everyone. Natasha Danielle here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome for the first time if this is your first time. And today, especially since it's around the holidays, I am going to make vegan mac and cheese. So I've already done a lot of the prep work as usual. Before we get started, guys, I used Tabitha Brown's recipe. I've used it multiple times whenever I have like a craving for mac and cheese, and it's delicious. So you guys can try it out for yourselves if you haven't tried it before, but just want to give her that shout out. I am going to make a little bit of change to the recipe just because the milk that she usually uses, they don't sell it anymore. So I am going to use something different. So again, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're the first time. Remember to hit the thumbs up button if you like this content and want me to do more, and then hit that subscribe button so that you'll get notifications whenever I upload new videos. I did do a video for jackfruit fried chicken, so I will make sure I get that video edited, and you guys can, so like if you're in the mood for a cheat day, or if you have a cheat day, you can have the jackfruit fried chicken with some vegan mac, and then throw you some greens on the side. You always need some type of greens on the side, or some type of veggie on the side, and then you'll be good to go. All right, so let's get started. So I have with me, this is like half of a sweet potato, and I shredded it already. Here's my pasta, and this is, I didn't have a full box of pasta. This is about maybe three-fourths of the bag that I had. So I have pasta, and you can pick whatever type of shells you want. I have this amazing plant-based sour cream that I'm going to use. It's the organic plant-based creamery. It's made by Forager. So let me come a little closer so you guys can see that. And then I want you guys to see what it looks like, because I'm so excited about it. Sour cream! We can have sour cream, guys! Lovely, right? Okay, so I'm going to use that to make that stuff nice and moist and cheesy. I am going to use the Earth Balance vegan butter, and I'm going to use a half a stick. So I have my half a stick already. It kind of failed, so it's a little sad, but I'm still going to use it. I am going to use this Dia mozzarella shreds. I have my Parmella Creamery sharp cheddar. This one's already open, so I have just a little bit of it left. And then you can always use any type of cheese that you want, any type of plant-based cheese, but this is just what I'm going to use this time. And then I also have this Mykonos Creamery farmhouse cheddar that I'm going to use. I usually like to use the Mexican blend, but I don't have that, so I'm just using what I have here. So these are the 3 cheeses that I'm going to use, vegan cheeses. And then I'm going to season throughout. So I am going to use some oregano, and I'm just using this oregano as my no salt based seasoning, because I don't have a no salt based seasoning. You guys can use any no salt based seasoning that you have in the pantry. I am going to use some garlic powder, onion powder, and then I'm going to top with some paprika. And then I'm also going to top with pepper and just a little bit of salt, sea salt there. So this is going to be pretty easy because I have everything all ready to go. And we're just going to get started. And then when you make your pasta, just make sure that you cook it al dente, that you don't cook it like where it's too soggy, because you're going to have some more cooking to go in the when you get to in the oven. So, and I have my oven already preheated. It's at 400 degrees. It's preheating, and this should take about 30 minutes to cook. So I am going to just try to layer everything in. So I'm going to start with my, this is the sweet potato. Again, you're not really going to taste the sweet potato. I am going to take a little bit, I'm going to sprinkle on some mozzarella. So guys, this recipe is really easy. So once you see it, and once you taste it, it's going to taste just like regular. You're going to be like, oh, this tastes like regular old mac and cheese. There ain't nothing different. So we're gonna put that in. And then I'm going to just put all of my cheeses in and put them on top. Hold on. Ooh, this one ain't kind of open for me. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Ooh, ooh. Hold on, and I think I have some little pieces in my... Okay, here we go. We're gonna get this one. Ooh, and this was nice and dark. Can you guys see that? Look how dark and cheesy that is. Okay, so I have put everything in, and then I'm going to take my seasonings, and I'm going to be pretty generous because these are not adding any additional salt or anything. So I'm just going to flick my wrist and season in between each layer until I'm pretty much done. Ooh, I'm making a mess. Until I'm pretty much done with all of the layers that I needed here. So we're going to season. Ooh, that onion powder came out generously. Oh, and I'm going to use this for the top at the end. So I am just going to blend. You know what? I'm going to use my hands. My hands are clean just because I'm that type of girl. I'm that chick. So I'm going to blend just so I make sure I'm getting everything nice and blended. And then, no worries, I'll bring you guys in close when I'm done. And then I have my pan all ready to go. So I'm going to do another layer of sweet potatoes. And I guarantee that you won't taste the sweet potatoes. I'm just going to put all of these in. Remember, this was a half of a sweet potato that I just shredded in my little shredding machine. And then I'm going to do another layer of cheese, right? We want to make sure it's nice and cheesy. So we want to make sure everything's nice and even. Some more mozzarella. And then you just want to make sure, because I just want to do this twice. I think Tab did this more than twice. She did it like 3 or 4 times. All right, so we got all of that. So we're about to season again. So you guys get the point. You just want to make sure everything's nice and seasoned and even. You got everything tasting really delicious, and then you're going so that it's all nice and seasoned throughout. I'm going to be a little lighter with this onion powder because it comes out quick. Okay, and then I'm going to do another toss. And again, I'm going to use my fingers because it just helps me get in there good. Nice and good. Yeah. I'm so excited for this. Especially if you want a treat. This is excellent. Like, this is not something that you guys want to have every day. Like, this is, no. This will be just for a treat. Like, if you want a special treat, you're, it's on your cheat day, you're feeling like, ooh, I want to have something nice and special. This is when you want to have this. So I'm going to do another layer of cheese. And then I'm going to make sure I reserve just a little bit so that I can top it at the end in my pan. So let me make sure. This is a lot of, if you guys are good at, like to cook when you don't have to really use that many, you don't have to worry about measurements or anything, this is where it's at. Some of my cheese don't look that great, so I'm pulling it out if I don't like the way it looks. If you guys see me pulling out cheese, that's why. Okay, so that's all good. I got another layer of seasoning to do. One more layer. Generous. All right, and then we're going to do our last toss here. All right, and then I am going to take my sour cream and I'm going to pour that in my bowl here. So I'm not going to really measure. I do have a spoon here. I'm going to stir it up. And I think I'm just going to start with 2 heaping teaspoons just to get it nice and moist. And then I'm going to mix that together. This is just going to give it a nice creaminess to your, just like normal mac and cheese, right? You would put your nice creaminess in. All right. I think I'm going to do 2 more tablespoons here. 2 more heaping tablespoons. And then we should be done with that. And then if I feel like there needs to be some more moisture, I will use a little bit of coconut milk to fill it up with once I get it in the pan. So let me stir this one more time. That's looking really good, right, guys? Oh, it's looking so good, and it smells good. Oh. It's gonna cook for like 30 minutes, so it's really a quick and easy one, other than this big mess I made on the table, but you guys can't see that, I don't think. All right, so I got it nice and mixed, and let me bring it in close so you guys can see it. This looks really good, right? Looks good, like regular mac and cheese. Okay, so I am at the end here, so I am just going to get my pan, and I'm not sure if I got usually I make a smaller, like little bun-sized pan, so I have this bigger pan, so we'll see if I overstep, but I think this would be a nice size pan to use, but we'll see. So I'm going to pour it into my pan. Oh crap, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to season with my salt and pepper, but I'll do that while it's in the pan too. So, no worries. If you forget to season with salt and pepper, we can always do that and make sure it's nice and blended. Okay, so the whole point of doing it in the bowl is so that you can make sure everything's evenly distributed. That's the reason for that. So, we have everything in here, and like I said, I am going to do another topping. So I'm going to do another topping of cheese, but I'm going to do that after I stick in. So remember, we have this half a stick of butter, right? So we're going to take that and open it up. And then I have my butter knife here, and we're going to put slices. We're going to take just some pads, just take some even pads of butter, and we're going to kind of stick it down and make little holes for the butter to live in. And we want to do that so that we can have it nice and evenly distributed among the mac and cheese, right? So you don't have a big old pile of butter just in one spot. You want it to be nice and even and have a nice, delicious flavor all over. And I don't want you guys to think that, hey, just because this is vegan doesn't mean this is something that you want to eat all the time. It's still packed with calories and butter. Even though everything's plant-based, it's probably a little better for you because there's no actual dairy. But it's still something that you don't want to. It's still like a treat. Call it a treat meal. Yeah. Okay, so remember I kept my leftover cheese just for the top. So let's top it with whatever remaining cheese we have. There's that. A little bit of mozzarella. Just so we can just really make sure it's nice and cheesy. And then we're going to use the rest of this as well. I have to get some more cheese because I used it all. Oh well. Okay, so we have it all nice and topped. Oh, and then we want to season one last time because we want our cheese, make sure that our cheese is nice and seasoned too. So there's my oregano. There's my onion powder. And last but not least, my garlic powder. Yeah, my garlic powder don't come out as nice as the onion powder. Okay, so we got all of that seasoned up. And then I think I'm going to put just a little bit of coconut milk in here, and then we're good to go. So I'll be right back. It's just going to be just enough, just so that we can make sure that it has a nice cooking base. So let's just do a little coating. Okay, I think that's good. Oh, and then I'm going to season with my pepper. Just at the top. You don't want to use a lot of pepper and salt. That's why I season it with the non-salt seasoning for most of what I was making. So we just want to do a little dash of salt, just so you get that salty, a little enhanced flavor, because you know salt is supposed to be the flavor enhancer for like most things, right? Like salt is amazing. It's supposed to be the salt of the earth. Okay, so here we go. I think we're ready to go here. And then we're going to cook it for 400, and I'm going to cover it. So I'm going to cover it with some aluminum foil, and then I'm going to pop it in my oven, and then I'll come back to you guys once it's all completed. So let me show you guys what it looks like here, though, so you guys can see that. Nice and cheesy. And then I'll come back with the finished product, and we'll taste it. All right, guys, see you here in a bit. Okay, guys, I'm back. And as you can see, the mac and cheese is done. So, oh, and I am cooking some crab cakes in the oven from the last time I made the vegan crab cakes, and I just took them out of the freezer, and this is like another scoop. That's all I had left. So I got enough for 3 patties. I'll let you guys take a sneak peek at those too. All right, so if you want to know how to make those, the recipe for those should be posted. If it's not posted already, it should be posted soon. But let's get back to this mac and cheese. All right, guys. Let me bring it in close. It just came out the oven. So it took a little longer than 30 minutes. It was about 45 minutes. You want to probably do 30 minutes covered and about 5, 10, 15 minutes uncovered. You just want to keep an eye on it. As you can see, it's nice and cheesy. All right, and then I'm just gonna taste a little bit of corn for you guys. And then, cause I'm gonna have my meal, cause I got greens cooking there, some kale, and I'm gonna have it with my good old vegan crab cakes that I made a while ago and had frozen in the freezer. So it was just pop them out and scoop them. All right, so let me take a piece. It's still really cheesy. Oh, you can see the steam. Can you see that steam coming off of that? Yeah, this is good, guys. Make this recipe. It's good. Okay. Just let me know if you tried the recipe. Let me know how you like it, if you switched up or tweaked anything or changed anything to the recipe. Remember to give this a thumbs up if you like it. And click the button to subscribe, guys. Thank you so much, Lord. We got to bless this food. Yeah, and I'm about to partake of. And you guys have a nice and safe and happy holiday. Thank you.